I would sleep all day, party all night.
Oh God, there you go. But anywho, I've just fired it up now, so
Okay.
no rush in trying to be proper, as no one really joins right away.
I suppose I better get the chat up so I can participate.
Man, I've pinged at everyone in Discord like 5 times in the last minute. But anywho, if you did not hear the voice of C. Barry before he stepped away there, he will be joining me tonight, so I am not going to be alone for this evening, which is nice, as I
I
do
am
enjoy
here.
my...
If anyone's in the chat, please let me know. It looks like I might be the only one in the chat at the moment.
We currently have 6 viewers, which is better than 5, in my opinion.
I would say that's an objective statement. 6 is better than 5 in terms
Yeah,
of positive numbers,
yeah,
integers.
for sure. Because you don't know who that 6th person is. That 6th person could be someone of importance. I don't want to name drop. But
How about Nico Ulkenberg?
oh yeah.
He could be here. I don't know.
If Stat gets sick, I can get Nico to fill in for up in the booth with me. As he is a man of many trades.
He's probably sipping coffee in a near PlayStation, not too far away.
I I can imagine so. I think you know it'd be really cool if actually one of those guys watched that and said something like that'd be like an absolute honor. But
We get a shout out for our sponsor, Raise Energy Drinks by Nico Ulkenberg. I don't know if they actually are affiliated, but we might start the conversation here.
yeah, it could start here. Fox for Hargy says any chat's bumping. That's what I like to see. Puffy Piglet.
Puffy Piglet, who do we know who that is? That someone?
Yeah, Puffy Piglet. Who are you again? Okay, well, Puffy Piglet lets us know who he is. I've got a little bit of a promos thing that I read out here while these guys run through qualifying, as we can only follow one at a time, so it's not really as of importance to flip through them all, as it takes like 5 seconds between each car. So I'll just rip through this before these guys finish this track. But as I said yesterday, if you weren't here for yesterday's stream, the Midwest F1 League is proud to announce a partnership with Raise Energy. Raise Energy is a zero sugar, zero crash energy drink with a whole whack of flavors, from guava mango to sour gummy. We are working on getting a Midwest product code for you all to use your Raise Energy products. Most of the F1 Midwest drivers have tried and come back with extremely positive taste tests. Get a 12-pack for $30 online, which comes to $2.50 a can, which in Canada, where I am, is cheaper than buying one of Ray's competitors at the corner store. Go check Ray's and stay tuned for a product code. You've tried Ray's, have you not?
I've got my sour gummy worms in hand right now, and let me tell you, it's a trip down memory lane if you're into the sour gummy worms.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. Yeah, Clog, if you can post that in that link, that'd be great, if you're able to. But unfortunately, as I said, I'm in Canada, so I'm having troubles getting some up here, but I really super want to try it, because a lot of you guys have been saying that's like, it's some really killer energy drink. Oh, Meeb and Stat both disqualify.
Wow.
Same with Noganator.
They were at the top too.
ZGS, JC Blackley, and Asnick all don't come home with a qualifying lap. Mystic Joker, the only one into the 1-2-4s. Magico, a whole second behind him. Hash is the only one in the 1-2-5s, as Mystic Joker seems to have absolutely smashed everyone. Going back, I believe he did win. Yes, he did. He did win the Series 1 Silverstone race last week on October 8th.
It's going to be a battle. We're going to see if Kenny probably didn't come in with a whole lot of practice here, but he is quick. I just don't know if he didn't get the cue to come into the Silverstone race until about 5 minutes before kickoff. So we'll see if Kenny can do something in the Renault. Mystic Joker also in the Renault, so it's set up nice for the Team Renault in Series 2 here tonight.
Yeah, that's a a luckily very stacked Renault lineup. Now, we may see a 1-2 finish, or possibly see another 1-2 finish by the Renaults on Silverstone, which is what we got, sorry, as I try and recorrect my English, last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess last week, as we just had our race on yesterday night, but last week we had a Cam and Mystic Joker 1-2 finish for the Renaults, so maybe another double team podium here.
It looks like we've got the beautiful Silverstone in October weather. However,
Yeah, right.
not a place known for its great fall weather, but does look nice here this afternoon.
Yeah, it seems I guess the rest of the world have gotten their summer pushed back a little bit. I know in my side of the world, I for sure did, getting a late summer, then it going great into early October. There, I was actually golfing last week in a shorts and a t-shirt, which is really odd for me to do in October, but I'll take it.
Well, you've got those ocean breezes coming in, I think, if I recall right, of your geography.
Yes and no. I'm inland a little bit, so I kind of it depends. Like I can drive from my place to the ocean is like 45 minutes to an hour, but like
Okay.
there's like rivers and valleys and whatnot in between. But anyway, as we're counting up to 5 red lights, I'm going to perfectly guess it goes out now. No, now, no, now. Here we go. As Mystic Joker seems to have gotten a good start, El Magico not able to make up any ground. Lord Zed and Kenneling are battling for 4th position
Ooh, a little
here.
squirrely there.
A little bit. Mystic Joker creates a quarter-second gap early. Yolmir and Scavney seem to be flip-flopping for 7th and 8th there. As we get a lot of battling in the back, we'll jump back to Kenny and Lord Zed, as that seems to be the battle highest up the grid here. Racing points are side by side, and it's Kenny and Lord Zed. El Magico separating himself by a half a second here. Kenny able to edge out Lord Zed for 4th place right now. But a fairly clean start so far. What says you? What do you see?
It has been a staple of the recent Midwest Formula One leagues. We've had some clean starts after a run of about 8 or 9 safety cars in a row, and now as they come around, I'm lost in my corners here, but it looks
about
like
to enter Maggots and Beckett's here.
Ooh, that could stir it up a little bit. If we can get through Maggots and Beckett's, and we'll be through lap 1 with no safety car.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Knock on wood. Don't say that so early. Lord Zed.
Like we got Kaz, and Mead must have had an issue in the back. Looks like he's coming up on AZ Corvette. I expect he'll make that pass quickly down the street here.
Can you tell if Mead still has all of his front wing? Because if he does, he should be in a good spot, but with him being that far back, and I imagine he doesn't.
Mead's wing does look okay.
Okay, well that'd be very lucky for him. Mystic Joker nearly opening up a full second gap after the first lap. Now it just teeters over a second here. Everyone's still, this is lovely. This is the best part of the race, I gotta say, where everyone is still within a second of each other, so the battling can still commence. Air looks like he's gone off just after turn 1 there, or coming through turn 2. All with no getting area gives Freeman a little bit of a bump, but does give the position back, rightfully so, as that is an illegal move. Stat being the big winner so far with a total of 6 position gained, going from 15th to 9th. Lord Zed may have some damage on his front wing, as he's kind of been, he initially was battling with Kenny for 4th place, but now has lost out to, oh, and speaking of Kenny, it seems that he's gone off. Yes, unfortunately, Renault has gone off. Stat picking up the first penalty of the day.
I did not see what happened to Kenny there. He's down to 17th.
Yeah, neither did I.
Let's try to get on or see it. His car looks to be okay. Perhaps he's missing end plate there on the front wing on the left side. I'm not sure. That would be a yellow or maybe a... We'll have to see what he does here if he's going to come into the pits. Kenny does pull into the pits. I'm guessing he's going to go for some hards and see if he can make those last. Needs a second penalty for warning.
With this being a 25% race, that there's a very high possibility of just pitting early and throwing on the hards and then just outlasting everyone. As long as he's able to get some open open air, I guess, without kind of
He's
getting
going
caught
with
up
the
by the
mediums,
traffic
it
too
looks
much.
like.
Oh, he is. He may be able to try and last that the whole race as well.
Yeah, the 25% race, I had to switch my brain over to the 25%. And
For
the
sure.
strategy there, I'm looking at anyone else coming through here.
Meeb is driving like a madman now. He's gained all of his positions back, overtaking car after car. Lord Zed in the Ferrari.
Mead coming up behind Asnick and Noganator. Asnick's trying to get the draft off Noganator there. He does make the pass.
Taking the inside line. Noga now slotting back into 12th place.
Problem there is Mead's going to be hot on his tail.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, I know for my situation, and I say this a lot, I put myself into these drivers' shoes quite a bit, but if I were Noga, I would not try and battle him too much. Honestly,
yeah,
I'd try. You gotta understand.
Pick your races. You gotta know who you're racing and who you're not. And Meeb is a guy he's out of position right now, and yeah, it wouldn't make sense to battle for some of these guys to battle him because they don't want to get damaged fighting a guy that's just gonna make quick work.
Yeah. Meeb does have the inside line as him and Noga go wheel to wheel. Noga sticking the outside, but Meeb able to keep the pace much better through that turn and will collect 12th place. Not the worst thing in the world for Noganator. Cass picking up a 3-second time penalty.
We've got a half-second gap between 5th and 6th between Lord Zed and Scavney here going through Magus and Beckett. Both of those guys are pretty quick. Let's see if we get the DRS. He should have DRS. He is closing in, but I think it's going to be a little late unless he's going to take a dive down the inside here. No, Lord Zed does not.
Meeb goes around the outside on Asenik. Now he's in a Ferrari sandwich here. Noganator picking up his first penalty of the day. Meeb now eyeing up K-Dog. Asenik has actually gained 8 positions from start after his crash in qualifying here.
Yeah, that's a nice jump there. Some of it being unfortunate for guys like Kenny, who's fallen 15th, and Freeman, who's dropped down to 6th place. Kenny, unfortunately, showing maybe that that some preparation does matter in some of these races too. Coming in and getting a little bit squirrely at short notice.
For sure, Meeb seems to have the in the straights on K-Dog. K-Dog not giving up lightly, holding that inside line as she will actually recollect 10th place and make Meeb's journey up the order much more difficult. Meeb going around the outside. For sure.
Parking the car in the right place, defending the position as cleanly as you can.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to do it, you want to not waste your tires, but you also want to make it difficult on him, right? Any good racer would.
Meeb is flying through the Magus back there. He's going to take OG Northern. Oh my goodness, he about took OG Northern's front wing. I wonder if he did get damaged there. There looked to be a little bit of contact.
I just switched over as I saw OG Northern go off. Stat and Yolmir are now wheel to wheel here as I get a really stupid camera angle. Yolmir picking up a 3-second time penalty.
K-Dog's fighting hard tonight with OG Northern a wheel to wheel there. Looks like she did succeed the position, but she came to play.
For sure. Which is right now the battle for 10th place. Noganator still sandwiched between those two Williams.
Looks to be up the lineup a little bit. We got a good battle between Stat, Scabney, and Lord Zed, all within a second of each other here.
Oh, Yolmir got an absolutely killer jump out of that turn, and is now looking to dispatch Stat fairly easily, and will collect 7th place away from that crazy Aussie. Ooh. K-Dog gets slowed up a little bit by OG Northern in there, which brings Noganator right onto the tail, as well as Asnick. We've got a nice little battle for 10th place here. Mead starting to get into the conversation for the lead pack. Mystic Joker has opened up a 4.5 second gap between him and Hash. Ooh, OG taking a look at, or sorry, Noganator taking a look at K-Dog. Opts out through Maggots and Beckett's. OG's going to be the only one here as he goes wide without DRS. Noganator gets a great launch. Now wheel to wheel with OG.
The beneficiary of that little,
for sure,
wide turn by OG Northerner there.
He split that gap very well. OG still holds on to 10th place. K-Dog drops down into 12th, and we see Astanik unfortunately go way off as you see him turning on a 90-degree angle away from the track. It's going to bring a yellow flag. Ooh, 10-second time penalty, unfortunately, going his way.
Perhaps that was a malfunction of equipment there. I'm not sure.
May have been. Now we're starting to see some Yolmir, me, ZGS, and Astanik. I guess not the worst thing in the world for Astanik because he pits with everyone else. But does lose quite a bit of time doing so. ZGS looking to hunt down 9th place quarters, which unfortunately she does go wide.
Looking at the front of the grid, these guys are pretty spaced out. Mystic Joker, Hash, and El Magico seem to be pretty secure in their positions. Although Best Pond, he's got 5.5 seconds back. He does have some speed as well. He could try to maybe do an undercut or something on that on Magico, although I'm just not sure he's got it to make the overtake on track. And Magico, as we saw last night, can get quite wide.
K-Dog did overtake OG Northern just before or during Cops there. As you see the top 3 pit, Hash absolutely launched into the pit lane and seemed to have timed it as perfectly as anyone can as he gained a full 1.5 seconds on Mystic Joker entering the pit lane there.
Anywhere you can find time is a good place.
Oh, there's no pit limiter on. And I know that.
Okay.
I know that. I'd imagine Mystic Joker didn't know that and did the proper stop up to. But Hash, knowing that, just absolutely sent it in, and the game did the rest to slow him down. It's just simple as that. Because I was looking at him on the mini-map, and I just saw him absolutely fly into the pits.
It helps to know the settings before you start, that's for sure.
100%. See, now that gap was at 5 seconds, now down to 3.
It's going to be interesting to see when these guys come on the pit, in the next round of pits come in, if there's going to be any time made up, or if the overcut was anything to be had tonight.
Uh-oh. Looks like I just got Stat in trouble, as it seems that he forgot to turn off pit assist. Speaking of Stat, in battle for 13th place here with ZGS, now looking at OG Northerner just ahead of him. You can see 12th place. Just right into his view, but this race has seemed to open up all. Oh, ZGS actually gets a touch of Stat's front wing there. He got a much better jump coming into Cops there, but unfortunately he got a little bit of piece of Stat, and Stat finds himself back down into 14th place with ZGS hunting down OG Northern. I'll jump on board with him.
I'm looking at Stat's wing, no damage appears, although we are on reduced damage, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I was going to say
all the leagues
contact.
But ZGS at the sector 2 picks up 2 positions, which is lovely driving from him. But sorry, you were saying something?
Oh, I was looking at Stat's wing to see if he took any damage there. It does not look like his wing is any worse for the wear.
Okay.
Noganator coming out of the pits on Stat. Sorry.
ZGS.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Astanik picking up another penalty.
So the race for number 10th position here looks to be the race that's most active right now. The front guys have all gapped themselves.
Scavney still yet to pit.
He might be thinking that he can make up a little bit of position by going long. He does enter the pits now.
It's what he did last.
Loses it and almost collects stat in the process. He does gain it back, but he's down the hanger straight, and he's definitely lost some time there.
He's gonna have K-Dog to deal with too. K-Dog already this race has dispatched OG Northerner. Maybe OG looking for a little bit of revenge to prove that he can hold off the White Williams of K-Dog.
I think K-Dog has been settling into her new wheel. She ended up with a recent purchase of a Logitech and seems to be gaining speed a little bit from the races I've been involved with over the last few weeks. So that's good to see.
Yeah, watch out, boys. K-Dog's coming.
Also seems to be a little bit get her elbows out too, which is fun.
For sure, she's, as a couple of the guys were commenting in chat earlier, she showed some very solid defensive skill, there we go, on Meeb there, when Meeb was trying to fight her for that position early on in this race, and she did get her elbows out and kind of made it real difficult on him. But
she gains looks to be a little time as OG Northern goes a little wide. We'll see what we're going to go through. Maggots and Beckett's coming up, and we'll see what can happen here. She's going to close in down this straight. She did activate the overtake, gains a little, but decides to back out and wait for a better spot.
Oh, ZGS is off screen there. Or on screen, but off track. Dropping down into 13th. That has got to be some wing damage. He's looking like he's going to need to pit.
K-Dog got the DRS activating the overtake. She's not using the draft, although I don't think she's going to run out straight here, but she's definitely pushing OG Northerner.
As that went down, Stat actually just passed Noganator for 9th position at Stowe. Noganator using overtake to keep that gap closed, seems to be kind of just teetering on the edge of having no more battery. He's going to have to start saving up some if he's going to want to take a stab back at Stat. Ooh, it seems Meeb has gotten really close to the best pawns here for 4th place. Meeb has absolutely launched himself up the track after that unfortunate start.
I'm not sure if Pons has raced Meeb too often, so he's about to learn real quick. They're going to go side by side here. Meeb backs out of it, probably rightfully so.
Asnick with
Looking
another
on board
penalty.
through Maggots and Beckett's that's a tough spot going wheel to wheel with somebody if you're not real confident that they're on the line.
Both are dead to rights out of battery here, but Meeb does have the draft and did have DRS, so he will collect 4th place, but the best pawns will not give up the position fairly easily. As we jump onto his teammate now, who's hunting down Lord Zed, picking up a 3-second penalty. Speaking of the Ferrari,
Pons is another guy that's shown some good speed through. He seems to be kind of an F2 specialist as he's towards the top of the charts there, and those cars are a real something to handle on Wednesday night.
100%. He's starting to prove himself a little bit more. It was still so early with the F2, because now honestly I didn't know too much of Jacko, but his first 2 races in F2 he found himself out of the top 10 twice. And so I didn't think he was that good. I thought he was a mid-pack driver, but he's just, ever since then, he's just been absolutely going crazy and collecting podium after podium. So what do I know? Simple enough.
You gotta have to get yourself in those F2 cars once in a while and try to fight with one of those, because they are different.
Well,
We've got Yolamir here on the back of Lord Zed.
K-Dog actually does take OG Northerner, and OG Northerner is still fighting with her. K-Dog taking the outside line, and OG Northerner holding that position, but K-Dog does have some battery power saved up and will use it to collect back 11th place. OG Northerner may not give that, no, he will not give that position up fairly easily, as it looks like Lord Zed has crashed out just after Beckett's, coming back onto turn 14, which is Chapel. As there you see the car of Lord Zed pulling off to the side of the track, and unfortunate news for the Ferrari, as he was having a very solid race, finding himself in the top 10 for nearly the whole race.
Last lap. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm sure Zed's going to be he's going to be fuming for the next race and look to make up some time, as he's going to be near the back of the grid for the sprint race.
Rightfully pissed.
Can we say that word? We are after dark.
Yeah, well, is pissed a swear word in the States?
I don't know if you can say it on TV, but I'm pretty sure it's on every school playground everywhere.
Nah.
That's one thing I have not heard from you. So as we watch the last few corners here, some special Canadian slang.
Lingo?
And, yeah. What else do we got? I know Stats delighted us in a little bit of the Southern Hemisphere Australian slang, but that is a totally new language almost. But
OG Northern finds himself on the gravel and also finds himself knocked down into 12th place as Asnick passes him. I'll get onto my Canadian lingo soon here. Mystic Joker comes over the line for a win. Hash coming over for a podium in the Haas. El Magico, as I said before, collecting another podium as he is not done with his podium streak. Meeb having a killer race, falling all the way back to 19th or 20th, what it was. He's only gained 10 positions here, but he gained a whole hell of a lot. Going to 4th place, Best Pons to 5th. Was beside his teammate in Yolmir in 7th, but now losing out, or 6th, sorry, losing out to 7th as Scavney with less penalties finds himself in 6th. Stat going into 8th, Noganator with some penalties going 9th for now, unless K-Dog can keep it clean. And yes, she does. She ends up jumping up above Noganator to 9th, Noganator 10th, OG Northerner 11th, Kaz 12th, Asnick going to 13th, and he has quite a few penalties. Still dropping down the order is JC Blackley and the other Red Bull into 13th. Asnick 14th. ZGS 15th is still jumping around. Freeman now to 16th, and it seems Kenny is going to go 17th. So the double podium prediction of the Renaults did not come to fruition.
That's why we run the races.
Exactly that.
K-Dog again in 9th place, missed just off that sprint race pole position once again for her, but good race overall.
For sure. Very solid stuff from her today.
Mead. No surprises there, getting 10 positions to 4th.
Oh, God. You asked me about Canadian lingo, my mind has gone blank. Canadian lingo.
There's got to be a few syrup puns or...
oh, yeah. So Tim Hortons, no one calls Tim Hortons Timmy's, if you know what Tim Hortons is.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone calls it Timmy's.
What Tim Hortons is, because us Northerners, us in the United States, us Northerners, and especially, if we spend any time in Canada, which seems to be a popular spot for us who we're not 21 yet, but could easily cross the border. I always go to Winnipeg for our celebratory nights.
Yep.
But yes, Tim Hortons is a staple of Canada. Timmy's, I guess it would be.
Oh, for sure. Poutine, yeah. They actually serve poutine at a lot of restaurants in Canada, like fast food restaurants. But going through this lineup, this order once again for everyone, we got Mystic winning, Hash second, Jacko finishing out the podium, Meeb going crazy going into 4th, Best Pons 5th, Scavney 6th, Yolmir 7th, Stat 8th, K-Dog 9th, Noganator, actually 3 Canadians in a row as we speak of them, Noganator, OG Northerner, and Kaz, JC Blackley 13th, followed by Asnick, followed by ZGS, also followed by Freeman, also followed by Kenny, also followed by Corvette, and a couple of DNFs with Lord Zed and Air. Actually, no, Lord Zed did finish the race. Oh, he did finish the race. Air was the only DNF for today. Here we go. Yeah, there's A. I think everyone's heard me say a decent amount. I actually say it. Not like I'm weird because like I actually say A, and like not many Canadians actually say A. Like it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess.
I'll throw it out in a text message once in a while. But
yeah,
are you Trailer Park Boys fan? You've got to be a Trailer Park Boys
100%.
fan if you're Canadian. Yeah, that was
it's the worst case Ontario.
A great show. A great show if anyone is looking to binge some low budget fake reality TV show about some gentlemen in a trailer park and all the various escapades one might imagine involving cats and.
Okay, here, you let me know if you've heard any of these before. So Timmy's is Tim Hortons. You know what a double-double is?
I do not know what a double double is. No.
Double double is 2 cream and 2 sugar from Tim Hortons.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then you know what the 6 is? You might have heard it in Drake's songs. He goes, "Run it through the sick in my oh." It's the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto area. It's the 6.
Oh, okay. Drake, one of the more famous Canadians in
exactly.
pop culture.
You know, when we make them famous, we make them really famous. But anyways,
got his start on the wonderful show of
Degrassi.
Degrassi as a handicapped young man in a wheelchair, I believe.
Yeah, who actually got shot. But anywho, you know what 2-4 is?
I'm not going to take any guesses at these Canadian puns because I could be way off. And
2-4 is a 24 case of beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the beer store to pick up a 2-4. I picked up a 2-4 Sleeman.
Pick up from Kokanese.
Yeah, I got Kokanee Canadian. I got a 2-4 Sleeman actually today, before I started my stream. Sleeman is a Canadian beer.
Okay.
Notoriously good. You know what a toque is?
That sounds some sort of smoking device.
No, a toque is, I think you guys call it a beanie or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that must be like a Northern Territories thing.
No, toque is Canadian. You know what a Mickey is?
That's a cigarette.
No, a Mickey is a flask of liquor. Like, I just got a Mickey a gin. It's like a flask. Like one of those plastic, like half sides, like 2 6s.
What I'm realizing is I don't hang out with enough Canadians, although I am so close.
Yeah, and then we call pop, like we call soda pop, and you guys call it soda.
Yeah, that's the endless debate. I think I'm not even sure. I think in the South it's definitely different than in the North for us Yankees, but
yeah. And then saying funny how you said Yankees. So we Canadians are also known as Canucks.
Is that a slur? Is that a slur?
No, yeah, right.
No. If you call yourself that, it's definitely not. Is the rules, I believe.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, see, I'm from Vancouver, so the home team for hockey here is the Vancouver Canucks, which is like another slang for the Vancouver Canadians. And then we say Z instead of Z, as you know. I always say ZGS, and you say ZGS. I do that on purpose to annoy all of you guys.
That Z, that one is. I have heard that a few times from some Canadian podcasters.
Yeah, and then a click is short for a kilometer. Like, oh, where's the nearest gas station? Oh, it's just a couple clicks up the road. Yeah. Giver, just giver.
Giver.
Yeah, I think that's. And
one of the common sayings.
We call bachelor and bachelorette party stags and stagettes. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Stags and stagettes.
And then there's kerfuffles.
Little fight?
Yeah, little fight. Running shoes, runners.
You can run for like 3 months a year up in Canada.
Yeah, you guys know beauties. They're beauties. You're a beaut. Like, you're a good guy.
We, as we get going here in the sprint race at MidWest Formula One, Tier 2.
Yes.
Looks like I'm blacked out here, just coming in. Okay, there we go. I was concerned there was some intercontinental issues.
No,
so we're gonna have to see Kenny towards the back of the grid here. I'm looking for Kenny to make up for it in this race. He won't have much time, but
well, he better, because he was getting there's a little bit of smack between the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 in Discord. And by smack, I mean I was the one who was kind of talking smack. So
you were setting the stage for the...
Yeah, I was trying to get them to talk smack, but they weren't. So Tier 2... Tier 2 is whenever they come up into Tier 1, they just smoke. They just smoke the guys. Like Magico and Mystic Joker, they just come up into Tier 1 and smoke them. So now we're sending down Noganator and Kenny so that they can return the favor as we're getting 5 lights. And now the lights go, now. Yeah, got it.
There we go.
Eric gets a fairly good start. 78 Corvette already falling back the grid, unfortunately. Asnick jumping up a couple of spots here. Kenny, as we said before, as there seems to be a bunch of severe collisions very early. Meeb, or a couple of high-profile names instead. Meeb going down the order. Air holding on to first place, followed by Kenny, followed by Lord Zed, as the podium stands that way so far. Freeman and ZGS seem to be in a battle for 5th place here.
We've got a McLaren off in the back.
Oh, that is Meeb.
So, again, with the... we have a crash. We got Kenny and Air both spun out at the front. Oh my, we got a Red Bull that's all over the place. This race is heating up in Sector 2 there.
The Red Bull of JC Blackley, it seems so. But we got to stay on this feature pack. JC, unfortunately, DQ'd from the session from going the wrong way. Freeman finds himself off the Alfa Romeo and finds himself launched off track just after Maggots and Beckett's here. This race still goes on. Lord Zed, Freeman's actually retired from the session as his day is over. Lord Zed has a second gap up on Aston for first place, followed by ZGS, and then OG Northerner still in the party, about a second and a half out. Once again, followed by K-Dog. El Magico and OG Northerner seem to go wheel to wheel to there for a brief moment. Mystic Joker into the pit.
Takes a little bit of the wall with him as K-Dog goes on by.
Oh, Noganator actually gets tapped by Kaz and finds himself kind of going a little bit wide, and now is going to lose another position to Kenny, dropping down into 9th place. El Magico made up a bunch of positions, but Kaz swung right back on track and hit El Magico, and then hits El Magico into Kenny. Now Noganator
you can definitely tell these guys in the sprint race are taking a different approach.
100%. Kaz still has his front wing. Jacko seems to have some damage on both of the outer edges. Noganator still seems to have his front wing entirely intact. OG Northerner has yet to truly prove himself to K-Dog. It's that she's overtaken 3 times through a race and a half. And as you said, O-Dog, that would be the best pawns going off a track. Still a tight-knit battle here for the midfield. OG
Northern and K-Dog is going to be the story of this race. It looks like these two know each other well from the last race, and there's
100%
positions back and forth.
K-Dog now finds herself back into 5th place. OG picking up 4th place from her once again. A 5.5 second gap is between these two and the last podium position. ZGS may have that locked up. Noganator and El Magico battling again for 7th position. El Magico bounds himself down the order a little bit.
Oh, you know that this is the apex. K-Dog closes just a little bit.
ZGX may be able to have a look at Asnick here for 2nd place, as he's been gaining.
He's got a little bit of a better run, but he's going to have to back out around this corner, I'm guessing, as he does.
It's all about if he can time that exit out of Maggots and Beckett's into that DRS section through the Hangar Straight. Asnick going a little bit wide, so this may be a good opportunity. Unfortunately, he's out of DRS, or battery power. Asnick having a load of it, so he should be able to, he does hold off the position for now.
It looked like OG Northerner hit the brakes a little bit as he saw Asnick get a little squirrely and lost his momentum around that last corner before the DRS zone.
Kenny finding himself wide. Lord Zed picking up fastest lap as he's starting our 4th lap here. Kenny right on the tail of K-Dog here for 5th place. K-Dog with her hands full now. Was looking to gain 4th place, but now is looking to hold off for 5th place. Kenny smelling blood of that Williams. Is going to have a fairly good shot here. Ooh, K-Dog I think slowed down a little quicker than Kenny expected.
Kenny with the inside line. Looks like they do make a little bit of contact. I hope everyone looks like to be okay there.
Kenny still with a lot of battery power saved up here. A 1.5-second gap separates him and OG Northerner. He may be able to take a lunge. K-Dog not yet out of this battle as she's still within 1/4 second of Kenny. If she can find some good time through this Madsen Beckett session here, as she is losing about 1/4 second. Oh my god, I'm tripping over my tongue here. 1/4 second to Kenny, still having DRS, gaining rapid pace on Kenny, but not wanting to take that lunge.
Noginator looks to be getting in the mix in this battle as well. Kenny with damaged front wing, so I think that's the issue through some of these high-speed corners. Up from on board with Kenny, looks like he's...
Ooh, Noginator going around the outside on K-Dog. K-Dog still holding that racing line and holding the position on Noginator. He will, as he does set up his overtake button, get a much better run on the Williams of K-Dog and seems to have the inside line as well and will cleanly take 6th place. OG Northern collecting a penalty there. So,
which could matter for Kenny because Kenny is within 2 seconds. If he can't catch him, he just got to stay in 2 seconds for the last half of this last lap.
Now, Noginator may be able to help out OG Northerner here. Noginator actually picking up a 2-second penalty. Can you check quickly if Kenny and K-Dog have a penalty at all? I don't remember seeing anything. K-Dog still within 1/2 second. Kenny actually going off track and Noginator getting a much better run. Noginator ahead of Kenny for now, barring any penalties from Kenny. I'm not sure.
Kenny does have a 3-second penalty or a 2-second penalty for 3 warnings.
Oh, okay, so Noginator actually does have him. Noginator has also picked up a penalty, so OG Northerner should be able to collect 4th place. Lord Zed, Astnik, and ZGS are your podium. OG Northerner seems to be coming in 4th. With Noginator, looks like Noginator actually falling back down to 7th place. K-Dog collecting 5th. Oh, he had 2. K-Dog collecting 5th. Kenny was 6th. Noginator, as I said, 7th. Kaz 8th. El Magico 9th. The Best Pawns 10th. Avni 11th. Mystic Joker not having the scraps race that he was hoping for. Down in 12th. Hash and Stat, the Haas teammates, in 13th, 14th. Neeb not having the race he wanted either. Usually has a very solid scraps, but Silverstone was a different beast for him today.
Yeah, there definitely was some drama early on in these sprint races. You just can't afford to take any damage and pit, otherwise your race is over.
Yeah, it was a rough one. Usually we see a lot more of the back of the pack launching up, but it seems actually with Air, Corvette, Freeman, and JC, they all fall right back. But it seems the middle of the field actually took the cake in that scraps race.
Another good one here on Silverstone. We I'll have to look and just compile the see who takes the most points between both races. I know K-Dog with a 9th and a 5th seems to be all right. Lord Zed taking the win in the sprint race, but getting near the back of the pack, so the points won't add up for him. But I suppose we can't get those stats quick unless somebody in the chat's doing it on the fly.
Porkchops may be able to wire that out.
We get the guys back in the what would you call it? The room where they do actually all the work for us broadcasters.
Exactly that. Here, you unfortunately won't be doing any interviews tonight. We're going to be cutting it a little bit short as I've got to boogie. But you actually said that you had some facts about Silverstone that you unfortunately weren't able to bring up. So how about this is your moment?
Well, Silverstone circuit used to be a World War II airfield. It turns out there was the first race ever held was a gentleman who decided to take him and his 11 buddies out there and hold the first race sort of in a rebel style. And unfortunately, there was a loose sheep that was on one of the straights and did get hit. So they did call it the Mutton Grand Prix for the very first race unofficially at Silverstone. R.I.P. to that sheep that died in 1947.
All the way back. His ancestors still bring out flowers to Silverstone to today.
They bring him out and they eat him.
Yeah.
As sheep do tend to eat everything.
Oh. You know, okay. This is Crash's embarrassing memories talk here. So when I was a kid, I went to the P&E, and so the P&E is like the Vancouver Fair, and they do it every year. And so they've got all the roller coasters and all that cool stuff, right? It's during the middle of the summer. Awesome place to go. So I was a little kid, like 6 years old. Not even, probably younger, because this is one of my earliest memories. I think I was like 4, and I remember going to the petting zoo, and I was walking around the petting zoo, and then I was going over to the sheep, and I was like petting the sheep. And then the sheep, like, freaking, like, pressed me up against the wall, like, hip-checked me to the wall, and then started, like, you know, going to the washroom, like, right beside me, as he was, like, forcing me up onto the wall. And I was just howling for my mom. And my mom just, like, shoves the sheep out of the way. I'm like, screw sheep.
Sheep are one of those animals that they get a lot of time in the fables and the storybooks, but they're not very nice in real life.
Yeah. You ever slip in cow dung? As I can't say that on stream, Nikki. Come on. No, I've never slipped in cow dung. Not once before, and hopefully never. I've actually gone to one of my friends owns. You guys don't. I don't think they sell Dairyland down there. But one of my friends that I played hockey with, he actually had a farm who sold milk to Dairyland. And I named one of their cows. I named him Ace. That's the story.
That's the story.
Yeah.
Did you happen to milk this cow at all? Make sure it was indeed a cow that you were...
See, like, no. But... there was like a story out of a city just outside of Vancouver. It's like an hour and a half out of Vancouver. It's only like 45 minutes for me. But there was like... I don't know why I get these stories or how I meet these or how I have connections here. But there was a story on the news of these guys who'd like abuse the heck out of cows when they're for dairy farmers. Like they'd abuse the heck out of cows, and there was like secret footage and all this. It got released to the public. These guys were getting in trouble, and so I actually played baseball with one of the guys whose dad whose dad owned that farm. And so, funny enough, so one guy asked him, he's like, so like your dad owns that farm, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, so what'd you do that to the cows? And he goes, and he goes, man, you don't even know. Cows are stupid as hell. I'm like, oh my god.
Cows, I do not believe, are the smartest of animals, but here at the Midwest Formula One Leagues, we do not condone any sort of animal cruelty, whether it be killing sheep on a Grand Prix straight or abusing dairy animals.
100%. We don't put up with that crap. My lady, she's very much of a of all animal lover, unless it's cooked. As am I. But yeah, no, I don't tolerate any of that crap. That's like
I don't like to see those. Don't like to see those videos. I generally don't like pain for me or anyone else. Although once in a while, a little pain does do the body good. But for the animals, if there's a humane way to get my nice steak that I enjoyed tonight, I'm pro steak, but anti cruelty.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know.
We sure do get down some rabbit holes in the Midwest Formula One League on a Friday night. The Braze Energy drink is powering my brain to all sorts of different levels.
It's like
I
limitless.
do have to gain control once in a while.
Yeah, it's like limitless. It allows you to access all 100% of your brain.
I may have to see a therapist to see why my brain ends up in the Mutton Grand Prix and Dairyland Delight on
Do
a
you guys
Friday
actually
night.
have? Do you guys have Dairyland down there?
I think we're Orlando Lakes crew.
Uh,
Minnesota Dairy is where we get ours.
oh, also Canada has like a lot of Eastern Canada. They have bagged milk.
That is something I've never heard of, and I think I want to stay away from milk in a bag.
Yeah,
Usually, I haven't liked milk in a bag for, I don't know, about 32 years, I think.
yeah. So like I've gone traveling out east for whatnot, and like been there for a while. Like I buy some milk. So like the way they do it there, we've got jugs here where I live on the cool side of Canada, on the west coast.
Milk jugs, definitely a fan.
Yeah, love some jugs. But they've got milk in bags, and then what they do is they have like they don't like cut the bag and then pour it all into they pour it like, and they pour it into a pitcher, but instead they like put the bag directly into the pitcher and then just like cut off the corner, and then that's their like pitcher is the milk in the bag. Yeah, weirdest thing ever.
There's definitely some different traditions up in the Canadian land.
Yeah,
Milk in a bag in a pitcher. I've never heard that one before.
yeah, it's kind of cool, honestly. Never, I mean, dude, feeling a bag of milk is like the coolest thing ever. You don't even know. You can't knock it till you try it.
I think there was a gal on the HBO show Girls. I can't think of her name, but I think someone got banned off Twitter for saying she looked like a bag of milk. I mean, I didn't understand that, but you probably do a little bit better than I did. I just thought it was a funny insult.
It is a funny insult, and honestly, I don't understand it either. But
So, where are we at next week before you head off to your
yeah, I guess we'll wrap this up, hey?
unannounced before you end up to your top battle?
Um, yeah, no, I'd rather not release that information. That's between me and my homies. But yeah, no. Anyways, give us your last thoughts, Barry. How'd you enjoy this race, and what are you looking forward to for next week?
I tend to be a little biased towards Team Renault, who did not have a great finish today. But
Fair.
next week, I'm looking at the calendar here. I just want to check and see where we're at because the Silverstone is one of my favorite tracks.
We're in France at
We're in
Circuit du
France.
Paul
Okay.
Ricard.
Circuit de Paul Ricard, not one of my favorite tracks. I noticed we got that on Thursday night as well. It kind of feels like you're driving in a Walmart parking lot. There's basically no walls and only painted lines to mark the track, so it'll probably be a little bit more open. But yeah, no, we'll see. Should be a good one. I'm still interested to see how the tier 2, tier 1 guys going back and forth between the leagues. We're definitely gonna have to set something in the postseason for maybe like the top 10 in each grid to get them together and see who can really duke it out.
Yeah, we're thinking the commissioners are in talks to get something else going here. We've got a lot on the go here, and we're really trying to make sure that everything that we do implement is right. We don't want to be making mistakes on the things that we do implement.
No, that's well thought out. As we mentioned that, I am starting to get emails coming in for a beef sponsor and a milk bag sponsor. So stay tuned. Hopefully, we will.
Did you say a bee sponsor?
Beef sponsor. It's a
beef.
free range beef sponsor. Since we're pro steak but anti animal cruelty. Free range beef looks to be interested in getting into the affiliate league or the affiliate position of Midwest Formula One League.
Cool.
So stay tuned for that.
I could dig that. I thought you said bee, and I'd be like so down for a honeybee sponsor. Like that.
Honey is another good animal product.
Oh, 100%. Everyone, all 14 of you watching and 15 of you being Steve Barry beside me here, make sure you buy your honey. Honey is good for the world. Make sure you support those bees. Without those bees, we wouldn't be where we are. And if you want the Midwest F1 League to continue and bring you this high-intensity action, then go buy honey. As without honey, we cannot provide you Midwest F1 League. True story.
And that about does it, I think.
I think that does.
Another good one at Silverstone. We'll be back in France. I'll come up with some French puns maybe. Although
Here, I'll give you a minute and a half to come up with some fresh puns. I'll rip through all the results and schedules and plug all of our promos and whatnot here. All right, so as Barry just said, next Thursday our Tier 1 action on October 22nd at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern is in France at Circuit du Paul Ricard. But we begin the week with Wednesday in Canada, woot woot, for our Tier 3 F2 action, as we can see a lot of our favorite names go head to head there and battle it out in F2 cards for actually some very high quality and exciting stuff. Like at the beginning of that, I was kind of a little bit nervous, but these guys are really proving that they know how to handle these F2 cards. Then, as I said before, Thursday night at France, also starting the same time, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 12:30 p.m. if you're in Australia, and I think 2:30 a.m. if you're in England. And then we jump on to Friday, 1 week from today, we go to Brazil. As we only had one true race in Brazil. Actually, no, I can't say one true race. We had one kind of race in Brazil earlier this season that ended up being void, as there was some major server connection issues, and we ended up having to cancel that race because we had 4 guys finishing in 4th place from what they were telling us. So we just kind of canceled and pushed it back later into the season. So this is the second time / first time we will be in Brazil in the Midwest F1 League. So a lot of favorite tracks coming up here for all you lovely people. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter, which is at at F1_mid. Christ. I repeat
still working that out.
Yeah. Once again, that is at F1_mid. For all of your Midwest F1 League schedules and standings and results and all that good stuff. Make sure you go check out our affiliate collaboration, Raise Energy, as they are proudly supporting us and we're proudly supporting them. So very much so that you should go buy their product. And like I said before, hopefully we can get a promo code for you lovely people to use on your next Raise Energy purchases. Give us a follow and a like on YouTube, as you can catch all of these streams and not today interviews from all the past races. If you miss one, go check it out there. If you just like to watch the highlight videos of our Thursday night, go watch it there. As usually we are now working on getting those up 3 days after the race, so hopefully they will be up Sunday for you lovely folks to watch. If you don't like to listen to me and Stat for a good hour and a half, you can listen to us for 15 minutes, or you can not listen to us at all. You can just mute us. We'll take the view. But anyways, see, Barry, you find any puns, or you have anything last to say?
I did. I've got one last one I think is fitting. I'm going to make my best attempt. It is, Qui-vous à la ménage, montoir. Is slow and steady wins the race, but it kind of led off in another direction in my mind anyway there. So, excuse my French, or pardon my French, should I say.
Wow, look at you. Multilingual here at the Midwest F1 League. And that's actually coming from the guy who isn't Canadian, going into the Canadian language. Wow.
You did say you spent some time out east, so perhaps you have a little bit more of a French tongue.
Well, and also I studied French for 3 years back in high school, so.
Oh, well, wow, you probably can correct my
I'd
puns then.
rather not embarrass you on stream there, Barry, but anyways, good try. I'm just kidding, no. You didn't do bad.
Fair enough, I appreciate that.
You didn't do bad, dude, honestly. But that will be it for us for the week, unfortunately, as you're going to have to wait another 4 days until we come back at you live. With starting on Wednesday, Monkey Mafia and I will be taking up the booth. I being Crash, Monkey Mafia being a driver who drives in literally every league, but now taking on a booth seat, joining me on the Wednesday night, and will soon be taking over that Wednesday night position for the solo effort. So make sure you show him some support and let him know he's doing a good job, which I truly believe he will and is doing. So we will hopefully see you Wednesday night, and we'll hopefully see you on our YouTube and Twitter channels. Thank you very much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes.